We're gonna reveal the new thing in the garage. He's already got the sneak peek of it, but don't worry, in about 2 seconds you're gonna see it as well. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Look, we have something different in the driveway here, and it's orange. It's not my red Mustang, and this actually belongs to a subscriber right here, Brent, and his wife is behind me somewhere. We're gonna take a look at this car, and we're also going to reveal, finally, the new project vehicle for the channel. One of them anyway. So let's go, let's get started. Let's walk around this thing because I love the color, competition orange. I love this color. So this is a 2016. 15. EcoBoost, you got performance pack wheels on it. Looks really good.
Pack. I mean, they're gone now. I burned them up pretty fast.
Well, I'm sure you saw the video what I did with my new drag tires.
Wow, it was awesome!
So it is a stick shift car. So you got the Roush exhaust. No, it sounds good actually. I like it.
Kind of like we added the Y pipe.
Okay.
A little bit louder, popped it a little bit more. Then I added the tune, a little bit more power coming through the exhaust.
Yeah.
Popped it a little bit more. Put the down pipe on, just even louder. And I think it sounds. Now I haven't heard one with a catless one.
Right.
I wanted to do one with still some restriction or something like that.
No, it sounds good. Yeah.
I just don't know how it would sound if it was actually straight through. That's why I have to
You can hear the turbo little whistle coming through. That's pretty neat.
Right now it's just the stock, not the stock tune, but the stage 1 tune from Cobb.
From Cobb. Cobb is a good company. All right, before we actually do this reveal of this new vehicle for the channel, we're gonna take this tuned EcoBoost around the corner and just see what's what. And I've driven an EcoBoost, not a tuned one, so this should be fun. Everybody thinks that I can't drive a clutch anymore because I drive an automatic, but I guess we'll see. Sport mode, different. Alright, yeah, we'll just go right up the little back road here. Oh, I miss my Mustang, And I'm driving one and it's not mine, but it's okay. There we go. Yeah, it feels good. It's plenty fast. It's got a little punch to it whenever you shift gears. I don't hate the sound either. You know what I mean? It's different being for like in a V8 and then dropping down to the EcoBoost. But I think that Roush, and plus the downpipe you got, I appreciate you stopping by and let me drive this thing.
No problem.
Since I don't have mine.
I knew if it was me, I'd if someone came by, yeah, I'll drive your car.
Yeah. Just watch out for road debris.
Alright.
So we almost hit that bird. If it's not on the road, it's flying in the air. Oh man. Beautiful car. Now we're gonna move on to what you guys clicked on the video for. We're gonna reveal the new thing in the garage. He's already got the sneak peek of it, but don't worry, in about 2 seconds you're gonna see it as well. All right, bam, there it is. If you guys watched the last video, you saw it in the corner of my glasses. It was kind of an unintentional thing. Just the glare from, everybody asks these. These are Oakley gas cans. They do. That's like a comment I get all the time, like, what glasses do I wear? Oakley gas cans. I got them from Oakley SI. They got like the 556 thing on there. And this is, I think it's called like a cobalt, like a gray color. Who cares? Everybody saw the reflection, so it kind of gave it away. But a lot of people maybe thought like, you know, like a Honda Grom or something like that. And no, we went big. We went with a 2018 CBR1000RR. So what a lot of you guys don't know, because I never really talked about it too much, is I used to ride. I rode for many years on a station at Fort Hood. All we would do is we'd ride our motorcycles and we'd take our Mustangs to the drag strip and just live there. And that's all we did. Lots of open roads. Those of you that live in Texas, you know all about it. But yeah, so I was a pretty avid sport bike rider back in the day, but I have not been on a motorcycle in like 7 years. So why in the hell did I buy a 1000cc bike? Well, I don't know, but we're gonna talk about it. But we need a name for this thing. I'm thinking, my thought process is Little Bit.
I'm trying to think of something to play off of the Mustang.
No, it can't be Carnage 2 or...
I don't mean just something that would play off of that name.
Right.
That would go with it.
Yeah. Well, it was either this or like they had one that was like a flat black.
Maybe we shouldn't call it something that's gonna be Carnage.
No. We've had enough Carnage. Yeah, so this actually matches, if you can pick this up, it actually matches Carnage, my car, my 2019 Mustang GT. So we have primarily a red vehicle here, and we have the black with the white, striping around that. So I think it's beautiful. It matches perfectly. I love the front end of this thing. This is honestly, I think, one of the best looking leader bikes that you can get, like without going too old. We already have our first modification here, so stay tuned for the installation video for that. But see, we're not giving up on Mustangs. We got the Corsa key tag here, but straighten this guy out. This is why I bought this. Look at that. So full color display, and now you have all of your different modes. All right, so we're gonna go back to modes, and then you have a couple of user ones that you can customize. You have your mode 1, which is like full power, everything. Mode 2 is probably where most people will live. And mode 3 is where I've been living over the past week or so. So we have traction control of this bike, wheelie control, everything. But yeah, gear indicator, all that. These things are really fancy these days. Definitely not the way they used to be, so a lot of fancy stuff here. But mode 3, this thing drives around kind of like, or rides around kind of like a 600 would. I love the animation there. So just getting back used to the motorcycle, lifestyle there. I've been riding around in mode 3, and it's been plenty fine. The cool thing is in 2017, they did a complete refresh of this entire bike for the CBR1000. Now in the past, I've always stayed away from leader bikes because they're a little bit heavier. I like small, nimble bikes, and not that the power like deters me from any of that, but it just seemed like it was something I didn't really need. And I mean, who needs, a 1000cc bike? Certainly not me with my bad luck, but nonetheless, we have it here. I think this guy weighs in around 430 pounds wet. So it's a little bit above like a 750, or actually maybe right in line with that, or like a 600. So we have 600 weight with a big engine there, and I love it. So definitely stay tuned to the channel, because we're going to take this thing for a ride. Once I get a little bit more familiar with it, I'm giving my first impressions, my thoughts, everything. But I can tell you so far, the front end is very light. It's very nimble. This thing changes direction very quickly. You can't feel the weight on the bike. It's honestly, it's a dream. It's very easy to ride. But jumping back to the front of this thing, it's got new LED lights. There's your air intake there and there. Looks good. Everything has been redesigned to save weight. They've actually shortened or trimmed down some of the plastics on here to weigh less, just for that complete overhaul. Everything has been thought of. They didn't just change, this or that. They changed the entire bike. So 2017 is when that happened, and this is an 18, and I love it, except for this garbage right here, this huge thing. That's got to go. We have a spaceship on the back of this motorcycle. It looks terrible. We need to definitely eliminate this undertail with a fender eliminator kit there, but it is what it is. I don't know why they don't do that stuff from the factory. Kind of like Mustangs. Why don't Mustangs come with hood struts from the factory? Who knows? But yeah, in the past, I used to ride bikes often. Very familiar with them. I spent a lot of time on motorcycles, years and years and years. But yes, I've been off of a motorcycle for about 7 years. So we're going to take this thing slow and just get, reacquainted with the whole two-wheel lifestyle. Take it easy, because you guys know that I have like terrible luck. But I mean, this thing is financed, so I didn't just go out there and drop, $15,000 or whatever it may be on this bike. I do have a payment, just like my Mustang that I have. So we do need to take care of it. We need to add like frame sliders and tank grips and stuff like that, just to keep it fresh, keep it safe, add a little bit of protection to the bike. But I mean, look at this thing. It's such a beautiful bike. I love the color. I love it. It's awesome. Yes, while my Mustang is in New Jersey being fixed right now from hitting the road debris that we couldn't avoid, we're going to make some content with this. We're still going to do other Mustang stuff too, so don't be afraid of that. Plenty of other YouTubers and other people that we're going to do reviews. We're going to do everything, but this is going to be in addition to the main car on this channel. This is going to be, I guess, the sideshow, basically. So not to replace the Mustang, we're just going to have both. So this is going to be my primary daily driver as well. Another reason why we went with something like this is because it's cheap, all right? It doesn't cost a whole lot. You get excellent fuel economy out of these things. We all know that from motorcycles, but this is going to be like my primary daily driver, if you will. And that way we can keep miles and stuff off of the Mustang. You know, this costs less. Yes, if, we get into an accident or something like that, they're a little bit more dangerous. Sport bikes are very dangerous, but if you respect the power, especially with this much, we should be fine. The biggest thing is, especially those of you that ride, to watch out for. I mean, that's the thing with bikes. It's one of the reasons I like riding them is when you're on a motorcycle, when you're on two wheels, all of your attention, 100% of your attention should be dedicated to what's on the road, your surrounded environment, your driving skills and style, everything. It's just you're really in tune with the experience. So there are lots of hazards, especially when you get on the road. I do not recommend something nearly this big for a new rider. I don't recommend even a 600 sport bike. Definitely start with something smaller. Get the feel for it. Take motorcycle safety classes, which I've had a bunch of, especially in the military. You want to be safe. The key thing there is that you want to be safe. And don't ride outside of your skill limit, which I think this being actually a 1000cc bike will kind of keep me in check because I know the power is there. But yeah, of course, we're going to test the limits of this thing. We're not just going to drive around like a Cadillac and just, like a grandpa or something like that. And we're going to have fun with it. We're going to make amazing content with this bike. It's going to be a blast. But yeah, this is it. This is the new toy. So we are also going to have eventually something else that's going to fit in this garage somewhere in addition to this and also in addition to the Mustang. So we're going to save up, try to buy something smaller. I don't know if it's going to be a Fox body Mustang or a New Edge or something like that, because there are deals out there, but I do want to, it might be a New Edge. This chassis is about the same as a Fox body, but for significantly less cost. But, we could take that car completely apart. We could strip it down. We can do things like suspension, all of that, and we can restore it. What I might actually do is hit up BMR if we go to something like that, like an older Mustang, and just order their whole catalog if we can, and make it more kind of like a road course worthy car, because you don't necessarily have to have a lot of power, on a road course and just have fun in corners. If you look at like a BRZ or an FRS or something like that, lightweight cars with moderate horsepower, but suspension is everything. And so we might do that. So so something else I really like about this is when I'm completely straight, okay? Now I'm 5'11", but I'm completely flat-footed. I'm not on my toes, I'm not on the balls of my feet. I can stand up in the middle and I'm completely flat-footed. So for me, this is very comfortable. I like the gas tank, the size of it. The gas tank is not too big and wide. They've cut down here so I can, I tuck my knees up in here and control the bike with my knees and my core. And I'm not completely just so far forward on my hands that it's uncomfortable. It's a very comfortable bike. It's very light, very nimble. I can just toss it back and forth between my legs. You can definitely feel how light this thing is. And when you're on the road, that translates the same way. It's very light, very tossable. The front end is just as light as can be. It's like a feather. Very nimble motorcycle. So good job, Honda.
Bye.